Am I the asshole? For not making an effort to increase my child support payments after coming into some money. I got divorced 5 years ago and I lost a lot. My ex got the apartment and out car. I was okay with it because she had our children and I wanted everything to be as stable as possible for them. I ended up moving in with my grandmother to make ends meet. My ex and I were doing a decent job of being co-parents, I think. I spent a lot of time with my kids and I have never missed a child support payment. My grandmother became ill during COVID and I was basically her caregiver. She made it through but it knocked her on her ass. She passed away about 2 months ago. I am an only child but my parents are both irresponsible, which is why they couldn't help me out when I needed somewhere to live. My grandmother made me her main beneficiary when she passed away. All that she said was to take care of my kids. I sold her house after I gave everyone their bequests. I took the money and the rest of the estate and I bought myself a house and a car. Her house was old and not in a great neighborhood for kids. I also put money into my children's education fund. When my ex found out what I did, she got upset. She said that I owed her more child support now. I checked with my lawyer before I did anything. Money from an inheritance, the sale of a house, or a lottery win does not count as income. If I had invested the money instead, then the interest would count as income. She thinks I intentionally screwed her over. I think I now have a good reliable car for work and a nice, small house in a good neighborhood for when I have the kids with me. We are fighting about it but I don't think I'm in the wrong. You're not the asshole. It sounds like you spent several years living tight, sharing an apartment with your grandmother, taking care of her, etc. You certainly weren't living high on the hog then, and you aren't now. You bought a small home and reliable car, both things that will benefit your kids. You put money in their education funds. It sounds like you're being really responsible with the money and she's just mad that she doesn't benefit from it. It's not like you came into a huge fortune and bought a beach condo and private plane. Even if you had, you still wouldn't owe your ex squat, for our purposes here. I hope your lawyer is correct. Not the asshole. Sorry, not sorry, but your ex is just mad that she isn't getting money, not your kids. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. You talked to the lawyer, everything is on the up and up. So she's gonna have to suck it up and stop being jealous. You have a right to have a nice home and a car, especially for your kids. Nata. Your wage didn't increase. Your inherited assets, she can't touch. Tell her you sought legal advice before doing anything, so if she wants to go to court, she's more than welcome to. Not the asshole. She's just being greedy. Not the asshole. You checked with your attorney, everything was above board and will benefit your kids. She doesn't get a chunk just because you came into money and she needs to get over that idea. So long as the kids are properly provided for with your current CS payments, it sounds like what you've done will benefit them in multiple ways. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Sounds like your ex wanted a bit of alimony than extra child support. Are your kids getting sufficient child support now? Sound like they are. You invested in their future and provided them with a safe place for them to visit you with the inheritance. I'm not sure why your ex has a problem with that. Surely, she wants them to be safe with you. Nata. Go back and file for 50-50 custody. With no child support. Not the asshole. It sounds like you made smart decisions that in the long run will benefit your kids. You didn't blow it on silly short-term things that have no real benefit. Edit spelling. Not the asshole. Your grandmother explicitly left you money for the kids. Not the asshole. The inheritance doesn't count as income. Don't give her a penny. Not the asshole. You got legal advice. And, your choices set up good foundational things for your kids. She feels entitled to something which she's not and is having her tantrum about it. It sounds like you did think of your kids in your planning for the money. Info: do your kids have enough of what they need in general? Not the asshole. And I also didn't know that about child support. Not the asshole. She's just upset because that money is not going straight to her pockets. She's overlooking your children's interests in their college funds and that they're reaping the rewards such as better vehicle and housing. She wanted that money for her fun stuff such as getting her nails did. Not the asshole. It's not her money no matter what she thinks. Not the asshole. You consulted a lawyer. You saved money for your kids. You did a few good things with kids in mind. Not the asshole. You are no longer married. She is not entitled to your inheritance. Inheritance is protected even if you were married. Does your ex work? Maybe if she has money stress she is fishing for opportunity. Not the asshole. The things you are doing will help the kids. As long as they are living comfortably, you are fine. It ask her if she intends to give you a portion of any inheritance she comes into. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You don't owe her jack shit. You did what you were required to by law. You don't owe her anything. If she wants to try to get you to cough up some of that inheritance money, she can try and take you to court, and she'll likely lose. For some vindictive reason, she wants to see you suffer and wallow in poverty. Good on you for checking with an attorney beforehand. If she keeps pushing it, lawyer up. Nota, she not looking at how this benefits your kids. You know have a better and safer home for them when with you. She should be happy they are no longer going to the old neighborhood that wasn't very nice. She more focused on the money than what this means for the kids. People leave money via will to the loved ones they want to have it. If she wanted your ex to have money, she would have written her into the will. It's a will, not a windfall. Not the asshole. Having kids with someone does not mean she gets to stick her hand out every time you get a few extra dollars. Lamau tell her to take it to court, because you know inheritance doesn't count as income. Not the asshole. The best part is you gave the kid money in their college funds. She's just mad you're not giving money to her. She's the R. Nata, you bought a home which your kids benefit from and set aside money for their education. Great job. The ex can kick rocks. Your grandma passed away, not hers, so she's not entitled to anything. Not the asshole. But stop telling people your business. You're divorced. She doesn't need to know the details of your financial life. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. Nata. I was going to YTA this as obviously child support is for your children to make sure they get what they need, but the fact you said you put money into an education fund, then I am going with not the asshole. Not the asshole. You didn't go and spend that money frivolously. You bought a house for the kids and a reliable car that again will be used for the kids. You getting some money doesn't make her entitled to it, and again you used this money thinking of your kids. Inheritances are separate property. She thinks I intentionally screwed her over. Definitely. That diabolical plan of yours to divorce your wife 5 years before your grandmother died just so you could be like in your face to your wife worked perfectly. And yes, this is sarcasm for those of you who are tone deaf. You set aside cash for their continued education and got a stable place to live. Why are you even arguing about this? If she feels that the kids aren't being properly taken care of, tell her that you have a good home in a safe neighborhood, and you'll gladly take primary custody of them. Of course, she'll have to pay child support. Not the asshole. Nata. Nata. Not the asshole. Your ex is a little money grabber. I'm embarrassed on her behalf. And good for you for taking care of your grandma. Not the asshole. You didn't do anything wrong. Sounds like she wants more child support that she can use for herself instead of for the kids. The way that you used the money benefits the kids' nice house, car to pick them up, etc. too. It just doesn't benefit her. You are very solid. She is being a greedy prick. Ignore her. You're fine. Your ex-wife is being rather greedy here. It happens when someone dies. Some people expect to get more than they are given.